All right, welcome back. It's time for us to get into another conversation right here on Breakfast Daily. Now, we'll be speaking about the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition. Of course, you know this is an event that is annual, and AGI is behind this event. And they've been joining us in the studio. We're going to be talking to Johnson Opoku-Boateng. He is the Director for Business Development Services with the AGI, as well as Pitura Malgore. She's a Programs Officer, Economic Private Sector and Trade Section of the Delegation of the EU to Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, let's get right into it. This is how many years now you've been doing this?
So this is the 7th year.
This is the 7th year.
Okay.
Wow.
It should have been 8, but because of the COVID.
The COVID. Okay. So, who is the main driving influence behind this summit?
Okay, so basically it's the AGI, the Association of Ghana Industries, because you know we have several sectors, about 23 sectors, so we cut across the entire economy, and we always want to have a time to bring all the captains of industry together, so that we can actually judge all and know what is happening within the economy and so on. So AGI has put this together, and it's been running for the past 7 years, and that is an opportunity for industry to think through what has happened throughout the year, and then if there are policy suggestions to government, we give to government, and also, of course, all the other investors that we bring on board. Yes.
Okay. Now, this year, what's the theme for the summit? Because I know every year you have something that drives the summit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are looking at promoting value chains for competitive industrial development.
Okay.
So last year we were looking at supply chains, and this year we moved on to value chains. So we are looking at a cross section of value chains, but we want to look at it in a generic format. Okay. So we have a global view of what the value chains are and how we can leverage on the opportunities that come with these value chains. So we'll be looking at 6 of them. So we'll look at the automotive, we'll look at the textiles, we will look at pharma, that's pharmaceuticals. Then on the agri side, we'll be looking at cassava, we'll look at fruits, and then we'll look at cosmetics.
Okay.
So these are 6, but the beginning of the discussions will look at globally what value chains are and the opportunities that we can derive from them.
In terms of businesses that happen to be watching us at this point, why should they participate? Why should they be there? Why should they be part of what's...
Well, I mean, I think that we have a very volatile and a very complex world. I mean, this where we are. When it comes to trade, even we have to trade amongst ourselves regionally. Okay, so the after comes in. Okay, but they say the world is becoming a global village. All right, it is a global village, and we have to actually trade with our partners, the EU, the US, and so on and so forth. It is important for you to understand how value chains work. Okay. In order to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that lies. I mean, we have a lot of challenges as well. Okay, and when you come in there are experts who are going to be talking about the opportunities, they're going to be talking about the challenges, and try to bring businesses to navigate, you know, around these challenges to be able to make it, you know, to the global market.
All right, super. Pitura, why is this year important for the EU, you know, to support the summit and the exhibition?
For us, it's already a tradition to support AGI in the organization of the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition. I think it's like 5th time in a row, so almost from the onset we've been supporting the event. And this is for a plenty of reasons. So let me explain some of them. Sure. For us, the industrial development of Ghana and the whole of Africa is one of our prime objectives of cooperation in Ghana. And this is also within the strategy of the European Union a global one, which is called Global Gateway. The strategy is about investing in critical infrastructure as well as value chains.
Okay.
That's why we are very excited that AGI has themed this event, the edition of this year, industrialization through the promotion of the value chains.
Yeah.
We also support a lot of them. Let me tell about it a bit later. But I also want to bring the attention to the fact that the EU is one of the main trade partners of Ghana. We are the main supplier, and the trade balance for the last year, for a bit of statistics, it stood at trailing almost 6 billion euros.
Wow.
That's big,
Wow.
right?
That's huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going both ways. The EU imports a lot to Ghana, but Ghana also exports more and more to the EU markets. And what's really exciting, more of it, is the processed value-added goods.
Okay.
So this is also the reason why we are supporting the event.
Okay. So what are you bringing on board? You know, apart from your expertise, what are you bringing on board for the event?
Yeah, so we work with AGI on a number of things. There is, of course, the logistical preparation. There is the contribution that we've made to program building.
Okay.
And even the publicity, like part of it is happening right now by meeting you and discussing it. But let me go a bit more in detail in the program, because the EU, we have organized the agribusiness session, which will be on the afternoon of day 2 of GISE. So on Wednesday, 18th of September. And I would like to invite everyone to come and join us for the agribusiness session. This is because I think it's really interesting the way we have set it up. So we will have a researcher from the Council of Industrial and Scientific Research, Dr. Omari, who will discuss and present the outcomes of the recent, also EU financed, by the way, study on the digital uptake by smallholder, medium-holder, and large-scale farmers. Because digitalization is one of the themes that we are very much following, the greening as well. Those two are also the leading themes within the Global Gateway strategy. So back to the session, there will be the research presentation on digitalization in farming, and then we will go to panel that we have prepared together with the EuroCham, so it's European Chamber of Commerce, the Ghana Agribusiness Chamber, some think tanks, and also practitioners and financiers of agribusiness.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so speaking about the details of the event, who are some of the speakers, and just take us through what's happening at the event.
So we do this, let me say, the ministry that we work with a lot is the Ministry of Trade and Industry. So Honorable Katie Hammond will be there to open the session. We're going to have MTN boss to be there. We're going to have Madam Kosiyanki from the Ghana Enterprises Agency to be there. So the opening is going to be, and the ambassador of the European Union to Ghana is going to be there. Honorable Ishad
Razali
is going to be there, to speak. And then beyond that, we're going to go into the sessions. So Dr. Fosudote is going to look at the blue ocean approach to value chains. So he's going to have a global perspective. Dr. Farid Arthur from the National Coordinating Secretariat for AFTA is going to speak about the regional aspect. And then the Chief Director of MOTI, Mr. Patrick Nimo, is going to look at the framework, policy frameworks on value chains. Then the second day, we are going to enter into the technical sessions, where we're going to be looking at the various value chains as I spoke to you about. So we have someone speaking to us from the farmer side, Dr. Lucia, and we have others speaking on other value chains, so for the second day. And then in the afternoon, we are going to have the agribusiness session with the EU, as Margot mentioned. Then on the third day is always the energy day. So we are going to be looking at renewable energy, and we're going to go a bit into solar. So the Energy Services Center of AGI is going to handle that with VRA, but VRA is also going to be launching something beautiful, and I think that I'll leave that for people to come and
find out.
Come and find out.
Okay.
MTN also has something to also launch. So that will happen on the first day, just after the opening.
Okay.
So this is the lineup of activities that we have.
Fantastic.
But Kweku, there's something interesting. Every event on the third day, we have what we call the entrepreneurial pitch competition, where we are nurturing the next generation of industries, captains of industry. Yeah. So that is going to happen in the afternoon of the third day. Okay. And then we have some side events. So the Women in Business of AGI, they are 5 years. So they are actually celebrating 5 years this year at the summit. Fantastic. And then we have Plan International Ghana, who are also celebrating women that we mentored through AGI. I mean, supported to mentor. They are also celebrating them at the summit. So we have side events,
a lot of different things,
a lot of events. And then one important thing is that there's the cocoa value chain. There's something that we are going to be working around on day one. They have a workshop which is on the value chain, and they want to validate some of the things that they have put together, and ITC is heavily involved in that. So that is also there. Let me talk about the exhibition.
Yeah, okay.
So we have more than 100 exhibitors.
Wow.
So UNIDO Wacom, which is also from EU, supporting them a lot, is bringing about 50 SMEs. The Ghana Enterprises Agency, through the BizBox program, is also bringing about 50 SMEs. Okay. And then we have a lot more companies also joining. So it's going to be a very grand occasion, and we are expecting a lot of people to come through to see the exhibition and also to interact with the business people. Super.
So give us the details again: dates, times, what's happening, and then sponsors you want to acknowledge.
Okay. So it's on Tuesday, the 17th of September. That's next week. Up to the 19th. Okay. So Tuesday to Thursday next week at the Accra International Conference Center. It opens, registration opens at 8:30, but we've already shared some pre-registration links so people can actually register to come and attend. The exhibition is free. Everybody is expected to be there to see what, after this is Ghana. Yeah. Then the summit comes in. So we have some of the people who are also coming, to meet the big guys. Yes. To actually have some networking sessions. So, yeah, basically that is good.
That's great.
Yeah. And then the sponsors, we have the European Union, of course. We have MTN. It's one of our biggest sponsors, our headline sponsors for this year. We have VRA, we have Ghana Enterprises Agency, we have UNIDO Wacom, we have Ghana Shippers Authority, and we have a host of them. Okay, so these are major sponsors for the event. Ghana Stock Exchange is also coming; they're also sponsoring the event, and we are grateful to them, and we work closely with them. For the media partners, of course. City FM and then ChannelOne TV. Yeah. We have Joy, we have TV3, and DDP Outdoors are also helping us with the billboards and so on and so forth. Yeah, so basically, these are the sponsors for the event.
Any final thoughts from you, Margot?
Sure. I think that foremost it's important to encourage and invite everyone in the Accra and Ghana community to join this exciting event. And as my colleague Johnson just said, it's because it's going to show the public a lot of things that are also very, very exciting for professional activities as well as even their own personal development. So the exhibition, the sessions, the network opportunity is very important. So I think if you can manage, do join us next week.
Super.
Yes, and the pitch competition is being sponsored by GIZ and McGill University. Plan International also had some sort of pitch some time ago. But large and fair, we want everyone to come, especially those who would want to venture into entrepreneurship and they want to be giants for the next day, they should come and listen to all these big giants on the value chains to support their businesses.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you to you, Marco.
Thank you.
All right, so we've been speaking with Johnson Opoku-Boateng. He is the Director of Business Development Services with the AGI, as well as Petura Malgozata. She is the Programs Officer with Economic, Private Sector and Trade Section of the Delegation of EU to Ghana. We'll take a quick break and there's more to come. You don't want to miss out.